Okay, what's the point? We're gonna finish late today. Anyway, Daniel and
Yeah.
his friends are studying in the academy. They learn all the things. They wonder why God allowed Babylonians to take Israelites, all the Jewish people, to Babylon as slaves. They continuously eat their vegetables. They decided not to eat meat that was sacrificed to idols, of course. And let's see what happened. Well, there was a king. King Nebuchadnezzar was king of Babylon. Remember?
Yep.
Yeah, you do
Yep.
remember. And one day he had a dream. Before that, well, he really liked Hebrew students. Daniel and his friends especially. He really liked how smart they were and how handsome they were. And well, yes. But one day he had a dream. The king had a dream, and some people think that he actually forgot what his dream was when he had it. He didn't, you know how you wake up in the morning and you have no idea what you dreamed about, but you remember that the dream was kind of fun or important, but you
Yeah.
don't remember it. And the same thing happened to King Nebuchadnezzar. He had a dream, but well, it seems he didn't remember it. And he said he knew it was an important dream, but he said, all of my wise men, all of my magicians, all of the people who are studying in my academy, you have to tell me what my dream was about. Imagine that. He said, I forgot it. So you tell me what my dream was about.
How are they supposed to know that?
Exactly. And so they're like, King, come on. That's unfair.
Seriously? That's
Yeah,
unfair.
that's what
We
they
are not
said.
you and
King,
you are not us.
seriously?
We don't know what you were dreaming of.
Exactly. That's exactly what they said. But King said, come on, you're eating my food. I'm paying you money. And you're supposed to know those kind of things. That's what you're doing in my academy. So you better tell me. If you don't tell me within the
If
next
it
few
was
days,
me,
I'm
then
going
I'm
to.
gonna tell him, I don't want anything from you.
He said, I'm gonna kill you all if you don't tell me within the next few days. All of you, all the teachers, all the students, all the wise men who work for me, all the astrologers, see, all wise men, enchanters, astrologers, as well as their students. If you don't tell me, he said, what my dream was about, you're gonna say goodbye to your head. And so everybody was really worried about it, but not Daniel. Daniel said, excuse me, and the person who was in charge of them, he said, excuse me, can I go and talk to the king? Um, I have something important to tell the king. And so he did. He went to the king to talk to him about it. And he said, King, give me one day, okay? I'm going to tell you what your dream was about. Please wait one day before you cut everybody's heads off. Give me a day. And the king is like, since I found you wiser than the others, I agreed to see you, Hebrew. So he said, because you, Hebrew children, you are wiser than all the other students. Okay, tell me what you know. And so he said, yes, give me a day and I will tell you. It's not because I'm so wise, but because my God
God
alone
is.
can reveal dreams. God will tell me what your dream was about. That's what Daniel was sure of. Let's see what happened. In the morning, we know the dream, or we shall be the first to die. That's what Daniel told his friends. He said, pray with me. Pray that God would show us the same dream that King Nebuchadnezzar had. And then we will tell him what it means. And yes, let's see what happened in the morning. This part I will read. Morning. Are you ready to die with the rest of the charlatans and deceivers who call themselves my wise men? And Daniel answers, God gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the discerning. He reveals deep and hidden things. He knows what lies in darkness, and light dwells with him. And King says, stop stalling, stop wasting my time, or your head will be the first to roll for making me wait one more day. No enchanter, Daniel says, no enchanter or diviner can explain to the king the mystery because it is from God. The mystery has been revealed to me not because I have greater wisdom, but so you can understand. That's what Daniel answered. You saw, O king, a great statue. This is the statue that he saw. See? This is the statue. You, king, saw a great statue, awesome in appearance. The head was of pure gold. The chest and arms were of silver. It had a belly and thighs of bronze, legs of iron, and feet were a mixture of clay and iron. See, head was the head of gold, then this was silver, then they had iron, was it iron? Bronze, sorry, bronze, then iron, and then the mixture. The feet were a mixture of clay and iron. That's what he saw, but he didn't know what it means. Well, it's not the whole dream. Let's see what else he saw. Then, wait a second, here, this part. Then Daniel says, can you see clearly? Is my connection okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. You saw a rock that smashed the statue, and the statue became like chaff. Chaff means like dust, which was blown away without leaving a trace. But this rock, O king, became a huge mountain that filled the earth. See this rock? It fell, it smashed the statue, and it became a mountain.
The mountain behind the statue?
Yeah, look, just I'm gonna continue. The rock became a mountain, not the statue became a mountain. The rock that
No, I
fell
know
from
that. I mean the mountain which they have shown here.
Yeah, wait a second, I'll explain. You know my dream, said the king. But he suddenly remembered what his dream was about. You know, sometimes you forget your dream, but then if you think for a little bit, it kind of, if it ever comes back, you'll be, ooh, that's right, that's what it was about. You kind of, it's on the surface of your thoughts, but yeah, you forget it easily in the morning. You know my dream, but what does it mean? That's the question, right? The God of heaven, Daniel answers, has given you dominion and power. You are that head of gold. The gold head represents Babylon and King Nebuchadnezzar, the kingdom of Babylon. After you will come another kingdom inferior to yours, O king. After him will come another kingdom that would represent silver. Then a third kingdom that would represent bronze. It will rule the earth. Finally will come a fourth kingdom of iron that's going to be the Roman Empire. That will crush and break others, but its people will be a mixture and will not remain united any more than iron mixes with clay. Then let me continue. In the time of those kings, the God of heaven will set up a kingdom that will never be destroyed. God has shown you what will take place in the future. The dream is true and the interpretation is trustworthy. Now, what do you see over here? Hello?
Is it Jesus?
Yeah, it is. That rock that breaks the kingdoms and becomes a mountain. It's the rock of our salvation. The one who can move mountains. It's Jesus. This is very, very symbolic. And actually, the kingdom that is iron and then iron mixed.
I could not understand it.
It's okay. It's very symbolic and prophetic. I'll explain it another day. Okay, let's continue the story of Daniel. Surely, the king says, your God is the God of gods and the Lord of kings and the revealer of mysteries. For you were able to reveal this mystery to me, he says. Yes, of course. And so none of the wise men and students and teachers were beheaded, of course. Then there's another part of the story. It's kind of fun, but it's not part of today's lesson. So we'll skip that. After a while, the king, of course, had a great idea. And you know what the idea was? It was based on his dream. He decided that he wanted to build a big statue made of gold, of course, or maybe covered with gold. And so
Yes, it's made of gold.
Yeah, so they started the construction of that statue. A beautiful thinking, right? Let's see what happened. And so this was the plan. There's a big statue and it's golden. Maybe not all the way through, maybe inside it's made of stone because gold is really heavy and easily bent. So if the statue is completely made of gold, it would just break. So it's probably covered with gold only. But yes, this is what King decided to do. And he also had the idea, he said that everybody has to bow down and worship this statue. Okay? He said that whenever you hear the music, there's going to be music, lots of different musical instruments. Everybody, they said, this is the proclamation they made across the whole country. Whenever you hear the music of all different kinds of musical instruments, you have to bow down and worship that statue, which is built in the image of the great King Nebuchadnezzar. It's supposed to represent him. So nobody's allowed to do anything but bow down and worship the statue, which represents King Nebuchadnezzar. I'm sorry, we're really late today, so I'm going to read this quickly, okay? Otherwise, we're never going to go to sleep. The super idol. Are you okay with that? Sorry, I'll just read it.
It's okay, sir.
King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon decided to have a huge golden statue to put up. He ordered his workers to make it, and when it was ready, he invited officials from all over the country to come and see it. When everyone had gathered, including Daniel's 3 friends, there was a loud announcement. People of all nations, international school, races, and languages, when you hear the sound of the trumpets followed by music from the other instruments, you are to bow down and worship the golden statue. Anyone who does not bow to the golden statue that King Nebuchadnezzar has set up will be thrown into the blazing furnace. So either you bow down and worship, or you will die. And so, as soon as the people heard the sound of the instruments, they bowed down and worshiped the golden statue. Now, the question for us today is it wrong to admire a hero or a superstar? Okay, sometimes people have idols. That's what K-pop singers actually are called, idols.
Yeah.
Right? And people also, they admire a lot of singers or actors, right? I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to read about it. Here we go. If you could get a huge autograph means a signature, a huge poster with a signature of the person you admire the most, who would you choose? People may admire someone for their courage, their ability to lead, their physical strength, or for some other reason. King Nebuchadnezzar had a dream about a statue. Maybe that gave him an idea to get the people to worship him like an idol. So he made them bow down to the statue as if they were bowing down to him. It is not wrong to look up to someone who is great or famous. That's what we all have. We admire people who are great or famous, but it is wrong to admire someone who is ungodly and then do the wrong things he or she does. That's going to be wrong. Who is ungodly means who disobeys God's law. And if we do the same things they do, then it's going to be wrong. But it's okay to, look up to somebody who is great or famous, like a great singer. And maybe if you want to be like them one day, to sing just like them or be popular, it's okay to want to be popular or famous. However, to follow the role model of a godly person is a good thing. Paul even told others to follow his example in Philippians. But remember, even good people are human. Jesus alone deserves our worship and adoration. Remember that people, no matter how good, people are still sinners. We are not perfect. People make mistakes all the time. People will break your trust sometimes because they're not perfect, because sometimes we're foolish and we choose to do foolish things. We break trust of our friends because of that. Sometimes, not because we want to, but because we are foolish and not perfect. There are no perfect people in this whole world. Only Jesus is 100% perfect, the one who will never break our trust, the one who will never, he never committed any sin. He was perfect in every way. That's why we sing that song. You're perfect in all of your way. You're a good, good father. Let's read the verse for today together. Ready, go. That
At the name of Jesus, every knee should bow in heaven and on earth and under the earth. Every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God. Philippians 2:10.
I really like that verse. Every knee should bow and every tongue proclaim that Jesus is Lord. Yes. Sorry, my connection issues. Because of it, we've kind of finished late today. It's 9:10 already. Who's gonna pray?
Angel.
Angel?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Angel, for volunteering to pray. Thank you very much. Let's pray.
Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for giving us this wonderful day, Lord. Thank you for protecting us, Lord. Please help. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to learn your word, Lord. Please let us sleep and no danger happen to us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Thank you very much,